America, my name is Osei-Frimpong. I come to you live every Thursday. I want to get two right in a row. And the first one I just did was the difference between being different from and being other than. But I want to do another one because how to be somebody. Jesse Jackson's famous for this speech where he kept saying, I am somebody. And there's a great clip from James Brown that I might bring up at a different time where James Brown is very clear that, just remind yourself at the end of this video, darn right, you are somebody. And I just want to tell you how to be somebody because that's very important. And it's not easy how to be somebody because if you don't watch out, you won't be anybody yourself. You will just be reacting to other people's bodies, right? You will define yourself by your relationship with others, as opposed to having any internal content to who you are, like intellectually or physically. You will always just be what other people need you to be and not yourself. You won't have any self-related content. Who you are won't be related to yourself. Rather, who you are will be related to what you're not. Whether what you're not is something you oppose or whether what you're not is something you aspire to be, you still want to have who you are be related to yourself and not something other than yourself or something different from yourself. You don't want to define yourself by your difference. You want to define yourself by yourself, right? And that doesn't mean you're not other than other things that are also defining themselves by themselves. It means that you are not defining yourself by, hey, it's my daughter, she just came home. You're not defining yourself by your relationship that's something different. You want to say hi to the people? Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Graham.
Your name is Graham. All right. So I need to finish the show.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm helping them how to be. I'm helping them learn how to be somebody.
Okay.
And bye-bye. You are somebody too. All right. So you, in order to be somebody, you need to be self-related, and not just. Your identity has to be a matter of your self-relation, not just a matter of your difference from the other person. What is the mail?
It's outside the front door.
Okay, bring it in, and yeah, you can open it.
It's too big.
Oh, I think I know what it is. I'll get it when I'm done, okay? Okay. All right, so in order to be somebody, you have to be self-related, and that just means that doesn't mean you don't also have relationship with other things that are self-related. It means that you don't define yourself by your relationships with things that are different from you, right? So to be somebody, you have differences, but those differences don't define you. You're defined internally. And this is one issue I have with Kevin Samuels a little bit when he talks about market value. And, I think actually Samuels is not me. I have rather large issues with some of his presuppositions, but about relationships. But I think he's an important voice in the community, and I'm not mad at the Kevin Samuels people. There's room in the world for Kevin Samuels. But what I want to tell you is that if you're defining yourself by the market is other people's valuations of yourself, right? It's not you, your self-relation. So you need something independent of the market values. You just don't want to define yourself by things that are different from you. You want to have a self-relation and define yourself by yourself, by knowing what you are and what you're not just how others or how people, how different people define you and how you're related to different people. No, you have a self-relation. That way you're your own self. Because if your identity is drawn from your difference from other people, what happens when other people change? That means your identity changes. Your identity isn't even your own. It's dependent on other people staying like a convenient foil for you because you have no sort of no integrity to yourself. You aren't yourself, actually. You're dependent upon and defined by those who are other. Right? So I want you to, I just want you to be somebody. And that means to have a self relation and have your identity from yourself. And that doesn't mean not also have a relationship of difference with other people, but not depend on your identity, not depend on your difference from them for your own identity. Because then you're not somebody. Even if you don't like them, if they change, you have to change what you don't like. Yeah, there's always a story about someone who grows, and then someone else who drew their identity from the other person being immature now have to like reform their identity because all of their identity was in their relationship with the other person being immature. They had nothing in themselves that kept them what they like. What they had was a dependence on the other person's brokenness, and they don't know how to be with the other person now that the other person's fixed. So, if you have a good sense of self, yeah, okay, good. Full-time moms having nothing to worry about when their kids are grown. You see it over and over again. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They had their entire identity built in like raising their troublesome kids. So they'll create trouble. They'll create little fires. You know, people like this have their whole identity based on putting out fires. And so when there aren't any fires to put out, they lose themselves or they start creating fires. Those people are rather dangerous. And that's because they didn't ever have a sense of self. They were always defined by what was different from them. They were never somebody in themselves. So, thank you for your time, and I will talk to you at another time. Bye. Oh, yeah, if you like what I do, go ahead and go to www.funkyacademic.com.